Hey guys, I was taking a look at the leaderboards on seawall.gg recently, and I saw one player far and above everyone else sitting at 2,900 MMR, a full 100 MMR above the second place player, and you won't believe who it is. It's Barracks. Barracks has managed to snag this top spot, and we're gonna take a look. We're gonna do a little investigation here into his most recent games against some other pro players on the ladder and figure out what he's doing differently. What is he doing that's managed to get him into this spot? How did he reach such an incredible MMR? We've got a few games to look into, so let's get started. All right, getting into our first game. Just a disclaimer here, I haven't seen any of these yet. I know who wins and how long the game timer is, of course, but I'm not gonna give that information to you guys. You guys can be surprised here, as we've got Snow in the bottom right-hand corner versus Barracks. So this is one of the most recent games on his channel. I think this was played within the last couple of days. On his account. So this is played on the ladder, and it's safe to assume that probably Barracks does not know that this is Snow. We'll see what kind of game he wants to play here. Looks like we are on Dark Origin. No, that was Tempest. Sorry. We're here on Tempest. We're just gonna take a look at what Barracks pulls out in TV's because this is honestly the hardest matchup, right? If you take a look at the statistics, Terran does very, very well against Zerg. They tend to struggle against the Protoss players. They tend to lose more than they win against Protoss, and that's just been shown statistically by some very big nerds out there who've put together those statistics for us. And if you want me to go through it, let me know. If you want me to take a look at those statistics on my own, let me know. But you can definitely find it on Artosis' channel. He recently went through them all, a big Reddit post and all that stuff. So just know that this is the matchup that's Terran struggle with the most, and this is the player that really Terran struggle with the most. Snow has kind of an insane amount of wins on in this matchup in Protoss versus Terran, and look at this. He's gone for a Nexus first cross spawn, so he is in the ultimate best possible situation here to go into this game. His opponent has gone for an early gas. He's going for a regular build here. Barracks, he's planning on just playing this out normally, and it just doesn't get any better than the position that Snow has found himself in here. Looks like he's taken some damage on this probe. I guess that was from this SCV. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. But the Nexus is going to finish up here soon, and we've got one gateway, and the SCV is about to spot here. So we've got single factory, and this is on high ground, too, no less, guys. So it's going to be even easier to fight from this high ground here as a Protoss player, to hold your natural. And he sees everything inside the main. He sees the gas. He knows that this is the ultimate greed play from this Protoss. He's got 2 Marines so far. The probe is already badly hurt, so he's probably just going to leave it out in the front. There's no reason to try and send it up this ramp, because, okay, he actually is going to try and send it up the ramp. It's going to be lost? No, it actually lives. Wow. So it lives. That's something good, at least. The probe's going to run away. The Marines here at the back. I don't know what Barracks is going to do against this, because we've already almost passed the time where, you know, it's actually going to be smart for Barracks to do some sort of an attack here. You can't really pull the boys now, can you? I think it's a little bit late. We're going to have a Dragoon popping out here shortly, but there they come. There's the boys. All right. How many have we pulled here, actually? I just want to get a count. We've got 8 SCVs. We have another one on the field. Okay, Vulture, 3, 4 Marines kind of running around on their own. 2 Zealots out here. We've got another SCV up here, another vulture coming out, and then we're going for add-ons. So 2 vultures and then an add-on. First vulture's going to connect on this zealot. Too bad it wasn't on the high ground here, although that way they couldn't have been kited quite as easily, but he has a shield battery. He cancels the shield battery. All right, I think that he's going to regret that. And Snow, he sees the boys have been pulled. Here comes the SCVs. A little bit later than you would have expected, and my goodness, what an amazing control there. Some just beautiful control here out of Barracks to surround that first Dragoon, and now with 2 vultures here fighting probes, I think this is just about done. That is so many Marines as well. He's gonna kill a ton of probes here. He's gonna be able to kill this Nexus 100%, and he should be able to put a bunker on this high ground. So I think we know exactly how this goes, and so does Snow. He taps out. GG. So we've got a little rush game here. Not bad. I feel like the SCV train came like maybe 20 seconds later than it usually would have. And that really mind gamed Snow there. He was expecting that to come in. You know, he's had the shield battery prepared, and he canceled at the very last second, and then the SCV train arrived. So this is an interesting timing that has been shown off in this game, and maybe this is one of the reasons why Barracks is able to take games off of a player like Snow, just punishing that greedy play. But this could be an outlier. Let's go into our next game. All right, next up, we've got Ruin versus Barracks. So Ruin gonna be coming out here, the bottom right, on Dark Origin, which is a 2-player map. He's gonna send out the probe immediately. So yet another annoying opening here. We saw the Nexus first cross spawn last game with Snow, and this time he's gonna be dealing with the early gas. So how is Barracks gonna deal with this? And what will be his response, and how is he gonna try to take this to a win? Because this is very, oh my gosh, it's not even that. Look at this. Ruin is throwing down a pylon here. He's gonna put gateways and try to rush. He may still steal the gas, but he's going to definitely throw down a gateway here. And then he's gonna come in and possibly attempt to steal that gas. That was pretty early with that probe. I'm not a Protoss player, so forgive me, guys. That is a very early probe. Definitely not just for a gas steal. Throws down the gateway here at the front. He's gonna come in and steal the gas. And this still looks like a normal timing, right? For the Terran player. It's like, okay, you got the probe in here. You stole the gas. Probably you put the pylon back at home, right? But little does he know, gateway right here in the front. And there's gonna be massive pressure here on Barracks. We'll see how he handles that. Already taking quite a bit of damage on this first SCV, and he doesn't have the Barracks done yet. He may have to stop building this Barracks for a moment in order to switch out a fresh SCV. So far, he hasn't done so. Gonna come up here for the repair, but 3 HP. Ooh, he almost got it. So close there. The probe was about to die, so he does back away with just 1 health. Holy crap, that is insane. 1 HP on that. Still chasing with this SCV here, making sure that that probe can get a little more damage on that one injured SCV. It's been sent to the middle of the mineral line, so it shouldn't be killed. Here comes that first Zealot. Zealot is already here. We have the second supply depot, which is in a good spot for defense. You can't slip through here, and you can't slip through here. As the Protoss player with that Zealot. He's gonna pull 4 SCVs to start killing that assimilator, and has put some good damage onto the Zealot so far. Second Zealot is already on the way though. That's gonna get in here real quick and try to deal some damage, but there's really not too much he can do at this point. I really love the positioning of this supply depot right here. It helps the SCV's mine. Oh, but he can hit over the wall. Didn't see that coming. He hits over the wall there. Another supply depot going down for Barracks. He's gonna lose 1 Marine. Looks like he loses 2 Marines there because the Zealots are on either side of the wall, making it very hard. He loses a 3rd Marine. Oh boy, this is not going well. Another SCV goes down. Barracks looking to be in a pretty painful situation here. How is he gonna turn this around? Another Marine does pop out. This supply depot has been slowed down by quite a lot. We're finally mining gas, but we're very far away from having a factory. Who's going to continuously throw SCVs onto the supply depot as the third zealot arrives, and neither of these zealots have been killed off just yet. We've still got this one with 22 HP, still adding on its damage. He's trying to target that down, but hasn't been able to. Gonna start that factory there in the front. This zealot's still being annoying here at the back. You've got to be careful to lose that Marine back there. Marine numbers are very, very low. Gonna push these off the gas for now. Great micro here, though, with the SCVs. Ooh, might be losing this SCV building. Oh, very lucky that it floated over top of that supply depot there. The zealot gonna come back in, try to get another kill. Already with 3 kills, gonna get a 4th. And does pick up that 4th kill. So a 4-kill zealot there. A lot of SCVs have been pulled. This zealot back here just going to be hiding out. Now we've got enough Marines where we can actually stop this. It's not going to be worthwhile for the Protoss to actually engage at this point, but he might be able to pick off a couple more SCVs. He does get 1 more Marine, 2 more Marines. All right, he's lowered the Marine count enough where he can start coming back in once again with 2 zealots. Ooh, bit of a mistake there from Barracks. And he's going to lose this Marine as it pops out as well. Ooh, this is not good. I don't know how many Marines we've lost so far, as well as how many SCVs have gone down. But this pressure's done a lot here. Finally, we're going to have a Vulture pop out. This Zealot here gets 1 more kill. Looks like it was targeting one of the low HP SCVs. He's going to get another one. Oh my goodness. Really well done here by Ruin. Snagging those low HP SCVs out of the mineral line. You know he's doing a lot of clicking to try and find that. Trying to click each individual SCV, because he can't just go like this, find the SCV the way that I can as an observer. You have to click individually to find that. And he's sent this Vulture across the map now, Barracks has, but there's already a Dragoon on the ramp. There's 2 Zealots here as well. Don't let the Vulture by. That's the most important thing. Sending out some Marines here to deal with this gateway. Looks like he will be able to get rid of that. That gateway is going to end up going down here. That's a few too many Marines. However, we do have 2 Dragoons coming up. So with 2 Dragoons, maybe he can hold this off. And a 3rd Dragoon's going to pop as well. So he's got to focus that immediately. He does start to focus that, but the Dragoon should be able to get pulled back here and not end up dying. Really good trading here by Ruin. Ruin putting on a clinic how to put on early pressure with your Dragoons and Zealots with that forward gateway. Oh, this Vulture trying to slip by here once again. Not going to be able to. First tank does pop out, kills that gateway. So we are at a limited amount of production now. We've only got the 1 single gateway back at home for Ruin. And he's got a few Dragoons out, but they are a little bit low on that HP. He does try to throw down some mines, but gets a bit cut off there by that 1 Dragoon. Kills that without getting any really significant mine placements. And looks like Barracks just going to come straight across the map. Look at this. He's thrown down a command center. Going for a 2nd factory. Only upgrade he's got right now is mines. He's just pushing really, really hard here. It's like the damaged, weakened Dragoons are going to be at the back as Barracks moves over here to the right-hand side now, realizing that there's probably a few too many Dragoons there. 4 Dragoons can 2-shot a tank, so having 5 Dragoons present means you're definitely going to get that 2 hits, and you're definitely going to end up killing that tank. So he gets a couple kills there on that tank and just leaves, taking what he can and giving nothing back. It's the Pirates' way. It's going to go ahead and loop back around now, seeing that the Zealots are starting to push forward here. Gonna deal as much damage to them as he can before backing away. Ruin really in the driver's seat right now. He's got the probe advantage. He's got gateways now. He's got triple gateway. He's got observer. He should be able to get rid of this mine and throw down a 3rd base relatively soon here. And I don't see a great way for our Terran player to push. Looks like some Dragoon's gonna come in here. First Zealot is out of the fight. Oh, mine slayed behind. Hold on a second. These mines are so clutch. Getting in behind these Dragoons before the Observer was out here is massive. And now there's only 3 Dragoons. A lot of them are low health. And we've got buffering Marines here as well. And GG. Oh my goodness. Just like that. Look at that. Ruin completely in the driver's seat right up until the end here. And I want to take another look because this is so clutch, actually. Moving around the side here, he was fighting with the Zealots. He sent the vultures off to the side, and as the Dragoons came in, he came in right behind this. Took this fight, pulled the SCVs, and dropped the mines behind this Dragoon army. Oh, it's so good. It's so dirty. Did a fantastic job there. Getting that one connection means a world of difference. Now, I don't think that Ruin was completely out of it at this point. He still had, a great worker advantage, almost 10 worker advantage. So I'm really surprised that he decided to GG out there. However, I guess he felt like he was in a position he just couldn't recover from. I don't really understand it, but that's more points in the pocket for Barracks. I guess maybe he thought you could just push with these tanks now. Pull some SCVs, push with the tanks, lay down mines, and just take over the front here, and that would be it. I'm not sure, but Ruin thought he was in such a bad position he couldn't go any further. And that's game number 2, guys. Wow. Okay, guys, we're deepening our investigation here. We're going into a third game with Motive versus Barracks. Motive down here at the bottom left. He is another great Protoss player on the ladder. He has a ton of wins, has a very high MMR. Let's see how Barracks deals with him, though, because the early game has been really impressive so far. I think I'm starting to see a picture of how Barracks has gotten himself to 2,900, the highest MMR I've ever seen, which is by not really engaging with the Protoss in the late game, is going for some early game wins, outdoing these Protoss players, punishing their greed, outmaneuvering them in the early game. He didn't hold off the Zealot attack super well. He got pretty far behind in that last game, but he did really well with his movements, with his army movements, setting up mines and fighting with his tanks and Marines. Looks like another gas steal here. So this is a funny thing that I took a long time actually figuring out recently, because I had a comment, and I don't remember who it was that made the comment, so apologies to you, but there was a guy who made a comment because I said there was a 25% chance of being able to get a gas steal on a 4-player map. But after doing the calculations, post-game calculations there, I realized that it's actually a 33.333% chance of scouting in the right location and getting the gas steal on a 4-player map. So my apologies to that guy in the comments, and thank you for your comments. I do read all the comments that you guys do throw down, so if you have any questions, make sure to let me know. We haven't had a scout here for Barracks just yet, but since he's been gas stolen, well, I guess he put the Barracks on the low ground anyway, so he's planning to do this all along, but because he's got that gas stolen here, he's definitely going to be throwing down the CC here very soon. We've got one Zealot out on the map, one Marine in the bunker with a second one about to pop. You can't just run by this. This is not a big deal, just running by this location. And I wonder if we'll ever see people put the command center right here instead, just to make it a little bit harder to run by. But he actually opts not to run by, so that's a little bit surprising. Choosing not to run by into the main base. You keep the Zealot for a little bit later. Maybe you can use it in combination with Dragoons or something. Oh, he gets in there. Motive really wanted to stop him from scouting the main, but he is going to get in and scout. He's going to see the Cybernetics score, the timing on that. He's going to see one gateway expansion. And how is he going to react to this? Well, he gets his gas, of course. He's got his CC on the way already. Gonna pop out a few Marines. Is he gonna go across the map with this? Looks like we had a pause there. Second Zealot is on the way. A Dragoon will be the follow-up afterwards. Doesn't have any gas just yet, but he's moving across the map with 4 Marines. Interesting, interesting. Usually you don't want to bring your Marines across the map, especially with 2 Zealots here. 4 Marines gets pretty wrecked by 2 Zealots. 4 Marines wrecks 1 Zealot, but 2 Zealots, it's really hard to micro against 2 Zealots with just 4 Marines and expect to win. A 5th Marine does arrive. He's on the high ground, but that doesn't really matter to the Zealot. He's going to do a great job of focusing there. My goodness, that was good. Barracks, just all the Marines firing on that 1 Zealot, dealing a ton of damage to it, and he actually didn't lose a Marine yet. So Motive's going to be forced to throw down a shield battery here. It's not a good situation, but he doesn't want to do anything too drastic. You know, he doesn't want to throw down a cannon or, you know, suddenly have to throw down a bunch of gateways or something. Even gateways wouldn't be in time to help with that, with a Marine push here. But the Marine push is actually headed back home. He's going to go all the way back home and go into a double factory play from here. What else have we got? An academy for some scans. 2 factories. He's going to be hiding some Marines back here. Is he going to start building Marines off of this? I wonder, because it doesn't really make sense why you wouldn't just leave it right here. It's in a good spot to help defend if something wants to run by. Especially, and also if you have a tank back here, you know, if there's Dragoons hitting your bunker, you want to be able to move forward with the tank. And Dragoons themselves not be able to run by there and snipe that tank. He is gonna, oh, he's gonna start a medic. A medic on the way here. Is he gonna get any upgrades for his Marines? I think it's just gonna be 2 tanks, a bunch of Marines, and a medic. I think that's what we're gonna see here. Just the medic there to heal up the Marines that are already out, have already been damaged. And to give them a little bit more... okay, scans the main base. Give them a little bit more strength in the early game. Now, we've got a shuttle out. That's interesting to me. Why does he have a shuttle here right now? I'm not 100% sure. He's only making Dragoons. And he doesn't have a Reaver just yet. So I think with the timing on this... This Marine, medic, and tank push is going to hit just moments before a Reaver can pop out. He just now starts that Reaver. So we're gonna see something pretty interesting here, where Terran is going to hit just seconds before that Reaver is ready. And that could be a great time to make this push work. He's building turrets at home. I hope he's bringing an SCV to build turrets on the other side of the map as well. I don't see one just yet. But this spawning pylon is going to get some good information here. And it is going to allow the Dragoons to stand at the bottom of the ramp and just make life hard for Barracks as he comes down here. A 3rd base on the way. 3rd base is coming up here. And vultures are going to slip around. Are they going to be able to get behind this and put mines? Ooh, if they could go behind these Dragons and put mines, and then he comes down this ramp, how clutch would that be? Looks like 1 Reaver is out. That's dangerous. Reaver's going to start to push up here. We've got the Reaver plus the Dragoons to fight. Oh my god, immense hit there on the front. But vultures are going to run by into the main base. Couple of things going on at the same time. These vultures are going to get a ton of damage here, I think. And meanwhile, oh god, mines connecting on all these Dragoons. Looks like this shuttle's going to fly in. Is it going to lose his health? Oh, it does end up dying there, but a Reaver is out. It's going to deal a ton of damage. However, is it dealing more damage than what Terran is dealing on his side? 9 kills. 9 kills right now. Oh my goodness. That is so much damage. But look at that. Barracks still ahead in SCVs. He's killed so many probes on the other side. So many more probes going down here in the natural as well. This is huge. That whole attack, that whole Marine medic tank attack turns out to be just a distraction tactic here for Barracks. It could have turned into a full-on push, but he distracted so well Motive here that he manages to slip in with his vultures and get an immense number of kills. Look at that, 28 probes. Oh my god, so many kills. Holy crap, and I think that's about it. How do you come back here as a Protoss? 50 SCVs to 32 probes. That's crazy. And he's just going to follow up with a big attack here. Going into 5 factories on 2 base. It's a pretty much just a kill move here. He's not planning on taking this into a late game. He's not planning to allow Motive any opportunity to come back in this one. He's got his army here just in case another Reaver flies in, another shuttle flies in, but we don't even have that shuttle just yet. We don't have speed yet either. So it's not going to be a problem here. We're going to have these barracks out in time to start this push before the Protoss can get situated at all. He's popped back up to 42, so having 3 Nexus obviously is helping him a lot to get back in this game, to get his probe saturation back up, but this army is just pathetic. Look at how few army supply the Protoss has right now. He's got a Reaver, 6 Dragoons total, 7 Dragoons total, and he's pumping off of 3 gateways here, whereas 5 factories are done and pumping already. He's got so many tanks. Look at all the tanks he's got here. 4, 8, 9, 10 tanks. He's got more tanks than there are Dragoons right now. Okay, now we have 10 Dragoons, but the army's going to continue to rally forward here. We're getting out some Goliaths. They have that range. We're trying to slow things down as Barracks, but I am just so impressed with this man right now. Top of the ladder, 2,900. He definitely seems to have Protoss, the number of Protoss. This is not a player, Barracks, that we expect to be winning things like ASL. He's not a player that we expect to be able to take on ASL tier players. He's been growing in power over time, and he has managed to make his way into the biggest tournament in the world, but he's yet to really solidify himself as a true legend in this game. And look at this beautiful play, getting in behind these Dragoons, laying down mines on top of all of this and just shoving it back. He's realized the Dragoons are set up for a flanking maneuver, but they just are not high enough in number to avoid getting crushed here, and they do not have the support of the Reaver, which is on this left-hand side, and now the full weight of the army is coming down for Barracks. He's gonna target. Ooh, nice shot there with the Reaver. Really, really nice hit there with the Reaver, dealing quite a lot of damage. See if he can get one more great hit. There we go. He does get that hit. Another one there. This Reaver's done kind of an outstanding amount of damage now, really outweighing its cost, truly outdoing itself. But now the position is so good here for Barracks. He can start to throw down turrets in this area. He's in between the natural and the third base. Some of his Dragoons kind of coming back willy-nilly here, getting crushed. You can tell that Motive's spirit is pretty much crushed here. He's done all he can with this Reaver play, and now gonna drop one last time as Barracks closes in for the kill. Gonna siege up right here in the natural. Has such a good position. There's not even the Zealot speed done yet. They're gonna kill both these Reavers, and GG is called. And my goodness, Barracks is monstrously good, just crushing through Motive here. I want to take one more look at this play right here. You can see he killed that spotter pylon, and he's threatening this attack. This is a serious threat. We've got 2 tanks, quite a few Marines. We've got a medic as well. It looks like a very strong push. And what I was expecting was perhaps for him to throw down some mines in behind this, Where is the observer right now? I don't see one. Do we have an observer? Okay, it's right there. He can see this army. He should really notice that there's no vultures with this. And where might they be? Well, they're out here on the map. They're going to circle around the back. And they're going to find an amazing place to put down those mines and a ton of damage inside the main. You can see ahead on probes right now is Motive. But that's not going to be the case for long. Motive wants to shut down this attack so badly. He sees the 3 tanks. He sees the Marines. He knows that he can beat this with his Reaver and Dragoons. But he doesn't realize that there's going to be vultures running into his main. A great counterattack here right as that push was coming out. He's going to get in here with those mines, laying them right on top of this high ground here, losing control while focusing back at home. Motive just not able to contend with the multitasking here, truly, of his opponent Barracks, of this legend Barracks. You know, hasn't killed many probes yet, but he's killed so many dragons. He got 2 dragoon kills there, 2 dragoon kills there, and a few dragoon kills there as well. So the dragoon number is just insanely low, and there's just none down here to deal with this. Some are finally coming back. But now where's the observer? The observer's been lost somewhere. I'm not even sure when that got picked off. Oh, here it is, actually, over in the main base. But so many probes end up going down here, dropping that down. And you can see he lost like a full 10 probes to this attack, which is just so brutal. And again, Barracks takes away a quick win over Protoss. This is it, guys. This is the play right now, is these early game attacks. Protoss doesn't seem to have the number of yet. They don't have the counter to. They haven't figured out how to deal with this, because Barracks is snagging away wins and climbing the ladder like a madman. All right, the next game we're going to be taking a look at here, we're going to be investigating Zhang Huan, who is a Chinese Protoss player, considered to be the best Chinese Protoss right now, the best Protoss player that China has to offer. He is very, very good in the international tournaments, and his name, funnily enough, it means fighting spirit. So maybe taking some inspiration from that map. It was a very Protoss favored map. So a little bit funny he decided to name himself like that, but it's a good name in Chinese. I don't know if it's the greatest gamer tag to go by, a battle tag. I definitely prefer the Korean battle tags. A lot of them do come up with some great names, like Paralyze is one of my favorites. Motive is fantastic as well. A lot of the new players have come up with some pretty good names. But it'll do. It's fine. He's going to start out here with a Barracks in the front. We'll see how he handles Barracks here. Excuse me, not a Barracks, a Gateway in the front. And we'll see how he handles Barracks here. Got the names mixed up. Quite a bit of micro here starting off with this probe. Going back and forth, not really trying to hit the SCV too much. So he's not really doing as much damage with the probe as some of the other players did, but he's got that gas steal. He's playing his own game here, but we've already seen that Barracks, he does not give two shits about that. He is going to do some sort of aggressive play here in the early game. Whether the Protoss player decides to, put some cheese on him, or tries to, put some aggressive plays on him, or steal his gas. Oh my god, and he got the kill on the probe. Look at that. Great micro here from Barracks. Really, really good stuff to be able to knock that down. And oh my god, can he not see this? He sees it. What is he doing? Okay, he sent the Zealot, or he started to send the Zealot, and then he realized it and sent it back. He really should have sent this Zealot a little bit faster here, but it's fine. He's going to start hitting that engineering bay. Very important that you get rid of that. It's a great counter, really. you gotta hand it to Barracks. This is a fantastic way to play. Nice micro there, actually killing the SCV just with one probe. And he's gonna be able to throw down his Nexus here. This is a really awesome delay tactic though, because the Zealot already would have been here by now and annoying these Marines. You know, if there's only 2-3 Marines when the Zealot arrives, it's a lot harder to deal with than if there's 4 in a bunker. So just by building that, it slows down the Nexus and it slows down the Zealots from coming to harass. Now, we've got 2 SCVs here. We're going to see if he can block this. It's very important that you don't allow these 2 Zealots to run by. 4 Marines in the bunker does a lot of damage, but you can still run by this, and it looks like John Hoon's going to do it. He's going to go for it. Can he get up this ramp? Oh, he thought about trying to hit that SCV there, but he sends one Zealot back. That's the damage Zealot to just tank a little bit. I thought he would have ran away the damage Zealot and used the full HP Zealot to buy some time so the damage Zealot could get some shields back, but instead he's just gonna force some SCVs off the line, force a bit of lost mining time there. Keep running around here in the main, gonna see everything that's going on. He'll see the exact timing of the factory as well, which is always pretty decent. There's only one SCV in, there's only one Marine in this bunker, so maybe he can even run by and run out. And it looks like he will manage to just barely escape. Barracks trying to do a little trick there by jumping the Marines into the bunker and then popping them out on the other side to try and gain a little bit of ground. Didn't end up working. He didn't get the kill on the Zealot. Now the Zealot can see exactly what's coming across the map. It's 5 Marines heading straight for him. Will he have Dragoons in time? I see 1 Dragoon here. I see 1 Dragoon just about finished over here as well. I don't know what's with that visual glitch, but sometimes I can't see what's actually being built. That's gonna pop out. Unfortunately, Janhoon hasn't put any damage on these guys at all. So 5 Marines can do a lot, and he's gonna actually pick off quite a few probes. Already I've seen 2 probes go down, maybe even 3. Probes are gonna come off now. He's actually focusing on trying to kill the Dragoon, but another probe goes down. Maybe he'll get 1 more probe. He does. So 4 or 5 probes go down. And now he's actually behind in probes against what Barracks has here. And that's a great position for Barracks. So you can just see how aggressive this guy is and how he seems to just know what he can get away with, how he can get some early game damage, because it always seems to go in his way. Every single time we watch these early games, Barracks is just getting ahead. He's always getting ahead. It's so impressive to watch. And I'm a bit flabbergasted. There's nothing like really groundbreaking that Barracks is doing. He's not doing some amazing new build that no one's ever seen before and managing to get to 2,900. It feels like it's just very solid Terran play. Very solid play that seems to constantly net him an advantage in the early game. And now we're going to see an SCV slide in here. Perfectly timed SCV scout's going to get in the main base and see exactly what's coming from him. He's got 3 gate goon. Going to run forward here. Oh my god. 1 tank goes down. 2 tanks go down. He just ran straight past this bunker. Looks like he tries to get the 3rd tank. A little bit too greedy though. Is going to end up getting completely blocked here. And my goodness, the SCV micro in this series, what we've been watching from Barracks, has been so impressive. You know, from that first game against Snow up until now, all the games have been really impressive with the micro, with the SCV control, and that was no different. He lost 2 tanks, but he completely trapped 3 Dragoons in this little ramp area with some really clutch micro. Kills them all, and that kind of evens things out a little bit. It doesn't, you know, fix the situation here for Barracks, but it definitely helps out a lot. He's gonna jump on another tank. Oh god, one of them didn't move forward, so he trades a tank for a Dragoon. Still a great trade for John Hoon here. Oh boy, gonna go after another tank. Does miss 1 shot though, so doesn't kill off that tank. We're just gonna send that one back to the natural to get repaired here. and moves out with his Marines and tanks now. He's got mines and siege mode on the way. So I think we're going to see another move like what we saw before from Barracks. He's going to send his vultures around this way. And he's going to try to get mines over here while pushing towards the front. I believe that's going to be the play. Here comes those vultures. Where are they going to go now? Kind of meeting up with the army. Looking for a way around here. He's going to start this fight. Running straight up on these tanks, taking quite a bit of damage. But jumping right on top of these Dragoons. He's managed to block them off. Great micro here from Barracks, killing off all these Dragoons, and GG's called. Look at that. Another win here for Barracks at pre-10 minutes. I think all the games have been pretty much pre-10 minute wins here for Barracks, and it's just crazy to me, guys. Basically, the match history here for Barracks has been all pre-10 minute wins against Protoss. Those are the Protoss matchups anyway. Just every single versus Protoss game before 10 minutes win. Always for Barracks, and that is incredibly impressive. That's kind of counter to what we've seen statistically shown, is Protoss tends to win quicker in the early game, or more often in the early game, whereas it seems like Terran usually has more mid-game timing attacks. They have more late game timing attacks where they're hitting big upgrades and coming out with their mech army. But Barracks showing that you can absolutely crush with early game timing attacks, even when there's pressure placed on you, maybe even especially when there's pressure placed on you in the early game. Building Marines, sending out tanks, going with that vulture mine and speed timing, and just taking over the game. It's so impressive to watch. Well, moving right along, we've got another game here. I looked for the longest game that I could find just to kind of prove myself wrong on my statement earlier that Barracks was winning all of his games in the early game versus Protoss, and see what we could find. And this is the longest game. It's against DeWalt here. It was down in the bottom left. We're on Tempest, and this game or this map, I guess, kind of makes sense why it would go long. We saw probably the shortest game actually of tonight on Tempest earlier. That was because Snow went for such a greedy Nexus first and canceled his shield battery at the last second for whatever reason. But well, I guess he thought that the rush wasn't coming. But on this map, it should be easy to secure a natural and to not die here as Protoss, at least in the early game. We'll see what DeWalt decides to do. I feel like it's gonna be a Nexus first. It's really looking like that. I see 280 minerals and he's sending out a probe. We're on 12 probes. He is gonna go Nexus first. It's super popular on this map for obvious reasons. We'll see what he decides to follow it up with. Got the Nexus. Should be putting down a gateway after this, or what are we gonna see? It'd be funny if he put down a forge here, but I believe it's just gonna be a gateway. And will he go double gateway though? Single gateway and a scout. Okay, sending the scout across the map. He does want to find out where his opponent is. Wait. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Okay, putting a pylon here in high ground first. And gonna scout in the wrong direction, unfortunately. Luckily for him, Barracks is scouting in the wrong direction as well. He's not gonna find DeWalt for quite some time. But we've already seen that it doesn't really matter if Barracks finds you in right away or not, because he can still pull the trigger on a bust of your Nexus first pretty darn quick if he decides to do so. He's got the factory out here. Did go for that regular gas timing. 1 SCV on the gas. Looking to go for an expand, but a Marine is already here, down in the bottom left. Sent this Marine across the map right away. And it's going to start to put on this pressure. We'll see if any probes want to be pulled off to try to deal with this. No, just the first zealot going to come up here and ward this away. Should just be staying on this high ground, though. We don't really want to go into the front. And a cannon. Exactly what I was thinking that Snow should have done. Funny how that works. But this is going to be a fantastic resource here for DeWalt. Having that cannon on the high ground is so hard to break with Marines. It's nearly impossible. Or who was that? No, that wasn't Snow I was talking about that with. I think that was... who was that? Was that Ruin? When he forced two barracks out? When you see 2 barracks, it's like, you're going to have so many Marines, dude. You're going to have so many Marines. So if I just build 1 cannon, you're kind of screwed, right? You're not going to get a... tank over here with siege mode before I can get a bunch of gateways out and just pwn you. So I really like to play. The gateway here makes this expansion super safe, and all I want to see out of DeWalt is just a lot of Dragoons. Now you've got the early advantage, you've got the macro edge. Just start pounding out Dragoons. Maybe we get an upgrade. Probably just want to get range though, and just start getting Dragoons as much as possible and as many probes as you can. There's already an 8 probe advantage, but look what we have from Barracks. He's gone straight into a starport. He's building an engineering bay as well, which is interesting because of course you can build a Wraith to deal with any sort of shuttle play that can come out, but maybe he's worried about, you know, if I go for a drop ship and I do drop and get some damage, I need some detection back at home just in case he went for DT. He doesn't know if he's gone for DT or not, and he doesn't really have the money to go into an academy at this point. So he's just going to, or maybe he wants to do a dedicated push. You know what? That could be a thing too. Get tanks out. You drop, you deal a bunch of damage, and then you start setting up right in front here. You can build turrets on this low ground, and you can really get like a nice push going and punish the Protoss player. It's not really... This is a really nice place to push into as well, but it's not really worthwhile for him to do that right now. Oh, he's going for the high ground, of course. Why? How could I be so stupid? Of course he's going for the high ground. A drop here on the high ground. 4 Marines, 6 Marines, and 2 tanks. Oh boy, this is going to be hard to deal with. Is he going to hide back the Marines, or is he going to bring the Marines forward here? I think he's going to hide the Marines back, and then once the drop comes in to deal with this, he can just, you know, fend it off with the Marines. No, he's going to bring the Marines forward and reveal them. Tanks are going to start dealing damage. He targets down the Dragoon first. Interesting choice there. This Dragoon is a little bit tucked now. It's a little bit stuck in this position. Utilizing the dropship to get the vision of the Nexus here. We have that shuttle on the way, but this is a significant amount of Marines, guys. 6 Marines shoots down a shuttle very quick. Oh, he almost got the dropship. He almost got the dropship. Running up here, he's gonna eat some damage. Oh, the mischance is pretty good. Slowing this damage down by quite a lot. He's trying to like juggle a bit here to make sure that he keeps these Dragoons alive, but looks like he'll just barely pick off that tank. Nicely done. He gets the tank. So he handles it. He hangs on. How many Dragoons did he lose? What was it? 3, 4 maybe Dragoons for 2 tanks, and all these Marines are trapped now? I think that was okay. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I think it's all right. I'm gonna bring some zealots up here now just to get rid of these Marines, kill them off, and maybe he can kill this engineering bay as well. I'm not sure if he wants to stay and do that, but it looks like he does. Another dropship heading around the outside of the map. It's very low, and there's actually Dragoons on the map as well, so that's scary. He is going to come in here towards the main, though, dropping off a couple of vultures and utilizing the mines. Dragoons are heading back to deal with this. There is already a cannon here, but sieging up. Can he hit a big shot on this? Oh my god. 9 kills. 14 kills. Whew. Holy moly. That is ridiculous. Even getting a mine connection as well there. Unbelievable. So barracks, the high ground play didn't work, but that tank drop made up for everything. If only DeWalt had sent his probes away to the natural, he would have been in a much better position. But with 14 kills, imagine if he had 14 more workers right now, he'd be at 66 workers here, ready to take his third base and saturate that. But now barracks is indeed ahead with 4 supply above his opponent. We've got a Wraith out now to deal with the incoming shuttle. His position is looking just so good right now. So fantastic. Dropship coming around once again. This time it's going to be caught, it looks like, by DeWalt, but DeWalt not able to connect on that. Dropship will manage to skirt the edges here and avoid being killed. So no more further damage gonna go down from that drop, but it's already done its job. It's already really hurt the economy here for DeWalt, and there's so much money in the bank right now for barracks. He's like building a bunch of supply depots right now, but he's been supply blocked for quite some time. Command center goes down. He's got 1 supply depot coming. He's been at 84 of 84 for quite a while, so you can see not perfect play from barracks, but he's showing a real high level of understanding of the tactics in this matchup, and he's finding ways to get early game damage that gives him an edge that these Protoss players can't seem to deal with. They can't seem to hold a candle to barracks in the early game. So despite, you know, not going after this Nexus or anything, not being able to take out that Nexus, he's still found himself a good spot. He's looking for damage right now with these vultures, going after some zealots, but we've got Reavers out here on the field. They're going to be blocking away everything. And our Russian Protoss player has this drop play. He's just going to be pumping out shuttles with plenty of gateway units and a 4th base coming down. This is looking like a professional level play here. Professional level of play from DeWalt. He took that early damage, but he's really pumped up his worker count once again. And I don't think he's going to let this 3rd base stand. Absolutely not. Big shots from these Reavers. Massive hits on them. Killing off those 4 tanks easily and driving this back. Really shutting down this first move out attempt. And this is so good from DeWalt. Not over engaging here. Just backing away when things are starting to not go his way, when he knows that this is not going to be technically breakable. Backing off. Very astute movement here and decision making for DeWalt. DeWalt, absolutely one of the best Protoss players in the foreign scene. He is one of those players who actually could be an ASL contender someday. He's tried many times to get into the ASL, hasn't been able to do it thus far, but look at this perfect control here, doing a poor man's recall into the main with a bunch of Reavers and a lot of Dragoons being lifted up and sent in here. He's getting quite a bit of damage. He's killing off a bunch of turrets here, but now things are starting to go a little bit bad for DeWalt. He's lost quite a few Dragoons here in the main, and he's not really getting that much more damage, while at the same time the army of barracks is going to come forward and start to pick off these Dragoons that are kind of waiting to be sent by DeWalt. Oh god, he loses the shuttle with the Reaver and didn't get that last shot off there as well. So faltering a little bit there, DeWalt. I felt like if he'd stayed out here on high ground and just kept denying this third base rather than going for this kind of risky play into the main base, he probably would have been in a much better situation. But as it stands, the army right now for Barracks is a lot better, and he's got a big advantage in terms of that supply. Too much was thrown away here by DeWalt in that drop to the main. And as I was singing his praises there, saying that he might be, you know, an ASL contender, somebody who could actually, one of the only foreigners who could possibly make it into the ASL, here he goes, throwing away big advantages, throwing away, you know, this good position that he found himself in, where he had already denied the Terran's third base, and all he needed to do was kind of hang back. Instead, kind of, you know, Hail Mary into the main base does not work out. Now he's actually got a big Terran position right out in front of his natural, which is going to be very difficult to deal with. This should be a big Reaver shot, but he ends up losing the Reaver with that play. He drops Zealots on top of this and kills off a tank, but all of this is right on top of his front doorstep. It's very hard to deal with a Terran that's parked right out in front of the natural here on this map on Tempest. How do you ever break this? Especially once he starts putting things like buildings and stuff down here and slowly pushing forward, and he keeps on reinforcing this position. He's got 3 Goliaths. He's got a bunch of turrets. As you come through this direction, I think you need to go around this, truly. He gets a great storm there and kills off 2 tanks with just that 1 storm. Zealots are going to come forward here, picking off quite a few of these tanks. He's still got some Dragoons. Pretty nice mine there. There's a lot of Vultures still left over, and the tanks are all going to die. But another round of tanks arrives at the front here just in time to shove forward. DeWalt really needs to back away now. He's losing so many of these Dragoons, and he taps out. GG. Not able to break that position again. Look at this +2/+1 timing from Barracks. Hitting a very nice timing attack after that early game drop and kind of interruption to the economy of DeWalt. Really impressive stuff here from Barracks, proving that even if he doesn't win before the 10-minute mark, he still has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. All right, I've got another one here with DeWalt versus Barracks. We're going to take a look at this on Invader. So we haven't seen the map Invader just yet, but it is a 2-player map, and as such has the ability for Protoss to steal the gas. I think that's what we're going to see here out of DeWalt, sending out that probe right after Pylon. That's the standard timing for snagging this gas, and I'm noticing a pattern here with Barracks building the barracks here on the left, and it seems like a good idea. I guess it's been working out for him, but it feels like this is way more standard, right? Barracks here, supply depot here. This is interesting to me that this is what he's identified. He's been getting cheesed a lot, as we've seen. He's been eating a lot of cheese. He's been taking his probiotics regularly here, and you know, 2 gates are not really working against him anymore, and part of that, I think, is because of his very nice building placement and his really good understanding of what Protoss can do and what they have after they cheese. Like, what are they going to have back at home, and what can I get away with in terms of an attack? He managed to pick off the probe here, which is big, to say the least. We're gonna have Zealots trickling across the map, and I feel like Barracks is just, he's so good at holding that off. Anyone who's going for just Zealots, I mean, I don't really know what you do against him as Protoss. Seems like everything he just has an answer for. He's gonna get the SCV in here. He's gonna see everything that's coming from DeWalt, he's going to see the cybernetics. He knows that it's a normal game. Has a factory on the way now, 1 SCV mining. So likely just going to take a nice comfortable nexus here. Probably a bunker right around this position. You know, float down the barracks, going to cut off this back path so that zealots can't run by there. And yeah, just get some vultures out on the map, that sort of thing. And we'll see what kind of shenanigans he pulls out here. Barracks definitely playing all of these games in a very different manner from what we know from the most solid Terran players, right? Most solid Terran players are people like Light, people who are going to players who are going to, you know, not really look for some early game advantages, not really going to look for fights that they can win, instead just focusing on getting into their macro game, hitting their build perfectly, and then killing you with a big timing attack. And that leaves a lot of room for the Protoss player to wiggle around and do all kinds of different builds, and, you know, get out all the tech that they want and do all the things, right? But Barracks here, he has a different methodology. He just gets in your face and kills you very, very early on. He looks at your build and he says, okay, well, you're not going to be ready for this. He sends it out against you here. And one thing that we can say about DeWalt so far in this game is he has limited the number of Marines in this army, right? The Marine army is really the limiting factor in whether or not you can push. There's only a certain number of tanks that you can pop out by, you know, a certain time. But if you keep all your Marines alive in the early game and you end up with like 8, 9, 10 Marines, and then you have your tanks behind that, that gives you a great meat shield to fight with, and you can make a pretty good attack going forward in towards the natural. But with the Marine count already being lowered, he's only got like 4 Marines here. That's not really enough to do an early push. Maybe he could still try it if he's just going to continue to build Marines, and he actually is continuing to build Marines, so I think we are going to see that push. We've got the 2 tanks here. Is this a 3rd tank on the way? No, so just 2 tanks. Probe going to sneak in here. We'll get to see a few things. Nothing too important, though. We'll get killed by this vulture. And we're going to have 6 Marines and 2 vultures. And do we have any SCVs? No, I don't see any SCVs with this. So 6 Marine, 2 vultures. Let's see what Barracks can do here, because he has just really blown me away with his control in these early game fights and his decision making, where he's able to get in his vultures, or get his vultures in on top of everything, place the mines perfectly. Here we go. Gets 1 mine down. Maybe he can get a 2nd mine here. Nope, no 2nd mine. So that's pretty big. 2 Dragoons have fallen, though. Great targeting with the Marines and tanks. And he's actually in a position right here. He's going to utilize this mine right there to keep the Dragoons back as much as possible right now. Looks like he does pick off that 1 mine. He gets a 2nd mine as well. But he's going to take a bit more damage here. There's the observer now popping out. He's going to focus down these tanks. Tanks are both going to die. He even built this pylon to make sure that the tank can't escape, and he does take that out. So pretty decent handling overall from DeWalt. He did lose quite a bit of Dragoons. There was some great targeting by Barracks, but DeWalt did the right thing, just falling back, picking off the vultures, not allowing them to place mines next to the Dragoons, not allowing the mines to connect, and then waiting for that observer to come out to clear the rest of the mines and take care of the tanks. So props to him. He did handle that perfectly, or near perfectly anyway. And the 3rd nexus is now on the way. Mines out here in the middle of the map. You've got to be very careful. He is moving through with an observer to look for those and try to clear them out. Looks like he's going to find this one over here. Will he have vision in time? Oh, not good. That unfortunately did connect. He sends the observer over and almost eats a 2nd mine. Looks like he's gonna find this one over here. Oh no, what happened? What happened there, DeWalt? It looked like he was on an A move, but then he changed it kind of suddenly there. and ends up losing another Dragoon. So after all I said about not losing Dragoons to mines over here in the natural, he ends up losing 2 Dragoons to mines just out in the middle of the map, basically for free. That's great value for Barracks, who's now gonna look for this next timing. What is it going to be? He's got double comsat. He doesn't really have any defense for Reaver here. I don't see a single I don't see an engineering bay. I don't see a single turret. We are gonna have Reaver here soon. He gets the scan. This is kind of a perfect timing for that scan as well. Right around 8 minutes 30, he sees everything. He knows that Reaver's coming. He's gonna have those defenses in time, I believe. Here comes that first turret. Where is that engineering bay? Oh, there it is. It's floating over here. So he did have that. And he's hiding a starport. What? Starport and science facility over here? What am I looking at? Okay. I think he's gonna build like a bunch of factories pretty soon here. And try to fake DeWalt out. Make him think that he's not going upgrade mech, but he actually is. Ooh, another nice kill there. Wants to go ahead and kill that probe. Trying to build the base over here, but he doesn't see it. Doesn't have a mine to block there either, so I guess DeWalt will be able to take that. I think DeWalt lost maybe a couple probes there, but he's still at 60 probes, so he's totally fine. Building a dropship over here. You can see that there was an observer over this a moment ago. It must have been picked off, but he thinks he saw everything in the main base, but he doesn't know that there's a drop coming around the outside. And he may be able to get a bunch of damage with this. There's not much defending in here. If he drops down here and lays mines like right around here, he could kill a ton of probes. And he could force DeWalt into a really awkward situation. DeWalt getting gateways here. He's flying around with a couple of shuttles. DeWalt, we tried this before. It did not work out very well. Let's see how it goes this time. He's going to drop here in the main base at the same time. Drop down here in the bottom right in the main base of the Protoss. That gets cleaned up perfectly by Barracks, and this drop is going to do so much. Oh my god, so many probes going down here. Dropping that probe count way down. He's just focusing as many probes as he can. He's not even going to go for... Oh, he's going to drop one more vulture. Oh no, he doesn't have it. Okay, not going to drop there. He's going to lay the mines now that the Dragoons are starting to come back. Maybe he can get a nice connection with one of these mines. Okay, gets a... Oh! There it is. He gets the big mine connection on a whole bunch of... Oh, and another one. And another one. But basically all the probes are dead. Look at that. 40 probes. We'll have to go back after the game. Take a look at how many probes were actually killed by that mine. That was crazy. 20 probe advantage now, 20 worker advantage now for Barracks here. And again, he's managed to find some advantages here. Great shot with that Reaver, got about 4 or 5 SCVs. Another shot gets some more kills, but the Reaver's dead now. And a third base is down. We've already got science vessels. And, you know, we've kind of hidden our build pretty darn well from DeWalt. And now we're going to move out with kind of a huge army. A 2-1 timing is definitely what's going to come through here from Barracks. DeWalt, will he have what it takes to hold this off? He's so far behind on probes. I feel like he's just not going to have the gateway count. He's only got 7 gates? 8 gateways going down. You need like 10 gates right now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factories. So 8 factories. There's 9 and 10. So they are coming up here for DeWalt, but they're a little bit slow. We just don't have the money to do it. He's gonna try and make a Hail Mary play here. Try to drop in some Templar to get some big storms on some of these SCVs. If he could do that, if he could get a big storm on some of these SCVs and really, you know, kill a full mineral line, that is absolutely a way that can bring you back. Something that can bring you back in a game like this, but I don't know if it's likely to happen here. Dragoons just falling back, doing their best to kill as many vultures as possible on the retreat and slow things down. Appears that we want to take the high ground here for Barracks. Barracks has a huge factory count now. 6, 7, 8, 9 facts. So he is absolutely ready for the late game. He's going to have his +2 here. +2, +1 is done. So he is ready for a big fight. And I think he'll be moving out right as he's taking this base. I think that's the play right now. Tons and tons of units popping out here. None of these are blinking right now. He's putting the army together and sending it out towards this high ground. It's a great place to hold as Terran. And Probe gonna go out on the map, probably to take bottom left. We'll see if he manages to get that or not. It's all gonna be up to really this attack. Where is this attack gonna come in? And how will DeWalt handle it? Looks like he's only got one shuttle with Storm. That's not good. Only one shuttle to deal with this. If he loses that shuttle, or if the Storms don't, you know, get good connections, he is going to be in so much trouble. He really needs more shuttles out here. There's one. Gotta load it up with some Zealots and get ready for a fight, because Barracks is coming in here. He's kind of moving back and forth, looking. Oh, great Storm there, actually. That was a beautiful one. Dealing a lot of damage to these vultures, really softening them up for some later fights in the future. You can see a lot of these are badly injured. They will die very quickly to Storms or Dragoon fire. Looks like Barracks trying to, you know, make sure he has enough map control to know where the DeWalt army is moving to and from. And he might be able to actually get over here, possibly to harass this base up on high ground. Maybe gonna go towards the natural though. Oh my god, this is not a full wall. Oh no, DeWalt, that's not a wall. Oh my god, these vultures getting in here is so painful. Some Dragoons are gonna come out. Looks like he's found the starport over here in this over in the left side, but there's so many mines. Look at this defense as well. You're never gonna get in there. So meanwhile, he's losing his natural. He's lost a ton of probes once again, down to 47. He sends some stuff in there, but like, what are you gonna do? Oh wow, D-Matrix on the Wraith. Is he just gonna try and kill the shuttle with the D-Matrix Wraith? I don't think that'll work, but I guess we'll see. 48 probes, man. DeWalt's suffering in this game right now. Just nothing really going his way here. Aside from that initial hold of that first attack. A lot of tanks moving through the middle of the map right now. 70 workers to 50 probes. That is wild to me. A full, what is this? 60 supply advantage right now. So Barracks proving he is so capable of taking games late versus Protoss. It's not even a question. Getting a better position here. He's gonna annihilate the workers at this third base. He's gonna be able to eat these storms and still keep pushing forward, lurching forward here as DeWalt taps out once again. Really impressive display of force here in this game by Barracks. No wonder he made it to #1, man. He is looking so good. Wow. Okay, hopping on into a game versus Noob here. We are once again on Dark Origin. Noob and Barracks played quite a few games, albeit a little while ago, maybe like a week or two ago. But it was part of the climb, part of the winning streak that Barracks went on, which was so impressive. He got an insane number of wins in a row. I'll count them all up after, or maybe I'll put it at the front of this video, but he just crushed through a ton of Protoss players, and it looks like he's gonna get gateway rushed again here. So Noob taking a note out of Rune's book here. Gonna try to throw down a gateway right in front. It's even closer than what Rune did. Start rallying Zealots directly into his base. He's gonna come in once again, steal the gas. This is a bit earlier of a probe. Then the other one that we saw, it's going to try to block the barracks here. So the barracks is going to be blocked quite badly and slowed down. And this SCV is taking a lot of damage already as well. However, the probe has taken serious damage. Okay, he's forced the barracks down there. That's really not optimal. That's not where you really want your barracks to be, I think. You'd much rather have it here at the front like he did before, so he can start to throw down those supply depots beside and really create an area for himself to micro. Here comes barracks seeing the gateway. Now, I'm really curious about this. Like, why are you sending this across? Is he gonna make an eBay down here? Just to like slow down his opponent? Oh, he's making double barracks. So maybe double barracks and an eBay down here might be the right call. I'm not sure about that, but he's actually going to send the SCVs back and start to hit this pylon. That's interesting. Realizing that, you know what? You're probably not going to leave your zealots back here to chase my SCVs. So what I'm going to do, second gateway, huh? Doubling down against 2 barracks. I feel like the better call here would be to put down a forge and then put a nexus and just build a cannon. But that's just me. I feel like cannon just wrecks Marines so badly, and you're already investing a lot into this, that if you just give up the gateway and have a cannon here and put down a nexus, I feel like you're going to be light years ahead. But I'm really not a professional in this match. I'm really not an authority on this matchup, so I really couldn't say. Now we're going to be putting down, oh goodness, okay, we're gonna leave one zealot back at the pylon here to defend that. I think we're gonna see shield batteries up here. Start building shield batteries, and there's one shield battery. Okay, interesting decision making here from Noob. Noob gonna start throwing down shield batteries rather than trying to go for something a little more aggressive like a cannon. I don't know how this is going to work out. Eventually, he will have a lot of zealots out here, but I feel like with a bunch of SCVs being pulled and this number of Marines now, you should be able to break this. Zealot's going to come in from multiple angles here, being body blocked by this, the SCVs. Doing a pretty decent job, but the zealot numbers are very high and the Marine count is starting to fall here. SCVs are behind these zealots. They're actually going to trap them in, but they're trapping them in against the Marines, which is where the zealots really do want to be. Now they're pretty low HP though, and they should be able to get finished off here. One Marine popping out on the right hand, or on the left hand side now, going to be able to finish off those zealots. So he's done a reasonable job, but he's got so many SCVs pulled off here, and he's had these pulled off for a long time. Now, the counts are even, but all of the probes are mining, whereas the SCVs, for the most part, are not. And we're losing more and more Marines here. We're starting to focus down SCVs as well. SCVs are starting to fall. Marine number is getting high once again, but we've got that shield battery. Shield battery is now out of energy, so we cannot continue to recover that shields, or those shields. But I feel like, you know, this has been pretty good. I want to see Noob kind of recover out of this. How can he do that? Well, like I said, he could throw down a forge and go back home. Instead, he's going to go to the low ground here. He's going to lose his first pylon, get supply blocked quite badly, and start a couple of dragoons here. And I just don't know if this is going to work. Barracks has done a great job defending this aggression. He's put quite a bit of damage on the pylon. He's going to block these zealots in between the 2 gateways. Big mistake here from Noob, not separating his zealots out a little bit so some could come in for a flank. And the SCV block's just a bit too good, and oh no, Noob messed up. He messed up big time. The SCVs get this around, and they will get the kill. Now he can focus down the pylon, and he should be able to win this. Oh, he wanted to block in the Dragoon right there in the corner, but he wasn't able to do it. Now this Dragoon can deal a little damage, but Noob is totally on the back foot here. He's going to start to back away with these Dragoons, trying to keep that alive. Look, we've got a sneaky probe here in the main, kind of hanging on there. Shield battery up in the main. SCVs are being pulled. One Dragoon here, going for some damage on those SCVs. SCVs can't fight back, so it's a good choice. Ooh, Dragoon finding some bad pathing there. Walking around these bridges instead of just walking across the closest one, and now he's gonna head back up into the main, recover with the shield battery. But hey, the SCVs are here on the ramp. Dragoon's got nowhere to go. This is a great play from Barracks. I love it, man. This is just chess. This is like a chess mind here in Barracks. Barracks, he knows. He's like, hey, SCVs are a little faster, you know? I just run by you, and then I block the ramp, and this Dragoon can never get home. So, GG. What are you gonna do about that? Nothing. That's what. Noob, he's gonna move his probes around, but with this many Marines, you cannot engage this. The damage output is gonna be insane, and Noob has given up. He's not even gonna produce these Dragoons anymore, I think. What is he doing right now? Producing Dragoons on the other side of the map? Yeah, like that's gonna work. All right. He is donezo, and it looks like Barracks. So this is how it goes, eh? I wonder if these guys have played a lot of games against Barracks before, and they're like, I don't even want to go for a late game. I just want to play early game. I want to try and take him down early because he's just way too powerful. Maybe that's the case, but it really feels like Barracks has Protoss's number in the early game. Again, these are all games from the recent ladder, guys. Barracks just sweeping aside these aggressive plays from very strong, accomplished players. We're going to continue on this investigation. So I just found out, guys, that Noob played Barracks 3 times in a row. And this is going to be the second game. So he tried to cheese there on Dark Origin. What is he going to do on Apocalypse? Now, this is a map that you can still build gateways out in the middle of the map, but I doubt he's going to go for something like that. Not after how last game went and how well prepared Noob was for that. Or how prepared Barracks was for that, excuse me. Let's see what Noob decides to do. He's going to send out this probe on 8, throwing down a Barracks at the, or a pylon at the front. He should be throwing down Gateway, I think, out here as well. Gateway out in the front and some Zealot pressure. It seems like that's what Noob's plan is going to be here. Already getting set up for some defensive position here for Barracks. Just throw the Barracks right in the middle, and you have those 2 holes to micro through. And this has been really interesting, guys. I'm kind of liking this style. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this kind of investigatory video where we're kind of checking out what pro players are up to, and you know, who's up and coming, who's the strongest on the ladder, and what their games have been looking like recently. I think it's a lot of fun, and this is the type of thing that I think is very interesting in the context of tournaments like ASL and stuff. You get to see who's playing really, really well, you know, who's struggling with what, who's coming up with the newest strategies, and who's really dominating and is set to dominate and should be expected to dominate in the next big tournament. It's often not the case that those people that are doing very well on ladder actually do well in ASL, but it is a good indicator, you know, who's actually strong. Who can we expect to see? But I digress. We've got the first Zealot here about to pop out. It's going to be sent across the map. We've got the cybernetic score here as a follow-up. We do have that gas, so it's funny that he put the Barracks out here in the front and still went cybernetic score and gas, and not a Nexus right away. Maybe fearing retribution from Barracks. Maybe him sending a wave of Zealot or of SCVs across the map, but it doesn't seem like that's on the mind of our Terran player at all. And what is this? What am I looking at? Pylon down here in the bottom right. Noob is about to get frisky here with our Terran player. He is about to put down something. I think it might be a robo. He's gonna try and fake that he's gone for an expansion, but this is not gonna pull the wool over the eyes of Barracks. Barracks is gonna figure this out, man. He's already got a bunker here at the front. First Zealot is gonna get in here and actually stop this bunker, it looks like. Only 2 Marines here, so he's gonna have to be very careful. Already taking a shot on that Marine, so that's not good. A first Dragoon's headed across the map here. He's going to try and get rid of this SCV with just a couple of probes, you know, being traded out here. Oh, almost losing that probe. That's not good. You do not want to lose that probe. The first Vulture is out here. He's going to try and jump on a Marine. He gets one. Gets 2 hits on a second Marine. That's pretty good. Dragoon is going to be forced back here, but we've got 2 gateways? What? What am I looking at right now? Vulture's on the map. Dragoon's about to pop. You should be able to block here any Vulture coming across. This has not been scouted. We're going to have a huge amount of goons here at the front. This is just a goon all-in. This is really the pinnacle of Protoss here, guys. An absolute goonie here just coming across the map. Oh, God, the Vulture's going to slip in. Are you kidding me? Why did he not send that back? What am I looking at right now? 1 Vulture here actually going to end the game. Unironically, this 1 Vulture wins here for our Terran player. 2 kills. 3 kills. Like, it's not like you didn't know that this was coming. And the next goon runs out? What am I looking at? So many SCVs being pulled to the front. It looks like Barracks has figured out what's coming here. All the probes are being run away. 5 kills, 6 kills. Just going to repair here with the SCVs. La-di-da. Oh, is he going to lose it? Wait a second. He lost it? What? He's microing his Vulture. He's got 8 kills on that Vulture. There's only 8 probes left. But he should have definitely been able to hold that. And now he's going to lose the tank? What just happened? Absolute chaos here. Noob gonna get in on this base and probably kill a ton of SCVs, although there are so many. He could lose another 10 SCVs and still be fine here. There's only 6 probes. 6 probes left over for Noob here. A tank, another tank does pop out. Another goon wanders in though. Kills off that tank. And Marines are being killed. Tanks are about to pop out here. SCVs are still being pulled, trying to surround. If he gets a surround on the right-hand side, he could kill all this. Looks like he will end up getting the kills on a lot of this. The Dragoons actually can't come in, so this tank is going to finish that off. And if he's smart, he'll send back some SCVs to repair that. Looks like he is going to repair that. Vultures are popping out once again. Another Vulture. Oh, this is the same Vulture. 15 kills. 16 kills on this Vulture. He killed every single probe. This is exactly what I was talking about, guys. What on earth was he thinking? He's got 1 probe left. Noob sitting here with 1 probe. What am I seeing? Okay, he's gonna come in, start to hit this factory. Okay, that probe was sacrificial. No big deal. He's got 1 more Dragoon that's just popped out. He can't build anything else, though. He's got nothing left. And there's mines here. He's got mines. Okay, snipes that. Snipes that. Very nicely done. He should be covering this factory, but he's going to kill the supply depots, which kind of does the same thing. It stops him from building. He really can't build. He's going to try to bait the mine. Oh, gets it. Oh, gets it. Oh, gets it. Oh my goodness, he killed all the mines. Oh my goodness, he killed every single mine. Oh, the last mine does get a big hit. Can use this tank to kite. 1 more hit. He kills that last Dragoon. There's only 1 Dragoon left, and there's 1 tank. So that's it. GG. Noob taps out. Barracks once again victorious. My goodness, what a crazy game there, guys. Absolutely insane. Noob is a wild player, but Barracks, once again, he seems to have the early game of TVP down. He's got it in his head. Is this guy the successor? Is he going to be the one to take the Terran mantle? It's looking promising. He hasn't had those results. He's had some good results in ASL, but he has not had those results that are like, whoa, You know, he's not like a JYJ or a Rush who's getting right into the finals of ASL. And, you know, we're expecting them to get wins in the finals or to get ASL victories. This guy is he's sort of climbing, and he's been climbing that ladder and really proving himself here. But I've got one more game to show you. Let's jump into it. All right, one last game to check out here. Noob, once again, on Dark Origin. He's setting out the probe. Oh my goodness. Is this what the top of the ladder has devolved into? Just constant aggressive zealot attacks. Just forward gateways every single game. Where is he going to put the forward gateway this time? Where's it going to be, Noob? I guess it's going to be at the back. I'm going to try and hide it all the way at the back. He's actually delayed his pylon by quite a bit here. So that's a bit of a problem, but I think he's going to go 9-9 gate. Something like that, probably. So it's not going to matter that much. He's not going to be making any more probes anyway. It's just going to maybe delay the first gateway or something like that. And I guess Noob has realized, you know what? I'm just not going to be able to take on Barracks in a mid-game situation, or I'm just not at the caliber of Barracks. I'm going to try and outdo him in the early game and try to find a way in here to mess up his game, screw him over, and try to take an early win. And looks like Barracks just gonna scout this immediately. Look at him. He's like, I've played you before, bud. I know what you're all about. And he sends SCVs immediately here, and this is a great way to deal with this. If you know that your opponent has a tendency to build gateways outside of your main and trickle in zealots, this is something that you can absolutely do. Just send 5-6 SCVs, you know, or send out a scout at least first. Find that gateway. Send out 6 SCVs and just kill it before it can make anything. And there you go. He's done it. He's killed it. He could kill this pylon too. And imagine how far behind Noob would be if that pylon was killed. I guess sending back the SCVs is probably the better choice, I guess. I mean, the SCVs were already there. He could probably just surround it and kill it pretty quickly. I'm gonna send one SCV to slowly kill that, but there's gonna be another pylon here, and immediately Noob throws down a Nexus. And I think this is pretty predictable. You know that he's gonna be throwing down a Nexus probably back at home, and if I was Barracks right now, I would just be pumping nonstop Marines and sending out a probe, or an SCV, excuse me, to see what, you know, is there actually a Nexus or not? And when I saw that Nexus, I think I would pull my boys, pull the SCVs, and just go and kill it, because you know that Noob is behind in the probes. You know that his gateways are slow because he already built one and it died. Then he had to build another pylon and a Nexus, and then he started his gateway, so it's going to be very, very slow. He's not going to be able to make it very quickly. So we're going to see the Marines just head straight across the map. And there they go. SCVs, how many are going to get pulled here? Not sure, but he's going to push away this probe for now. He sees the double gateway. And this pylon's about to go down. Will this supply block Noob? Hopefully he's going to have a second pylon on the way here shortly. Yeah, it looks like one just finished up in the main or natural. Looks like this one in the main here. So he does have quite some leeway with the supply. But here comes the boys. We're going to pull the SCVs here. 8 SCVs with a 9th there at the front. Very similar to some of his other games here. 10 actually total. And he's going to come up here and just start to make this barracks. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do here as Noob? Not going to do much. That's all I'm saying. 7. Maybe you can, you know, build some more zealots and try to fight here. But the SCV control is reasonable. Not the best. Going to block everything for the most part. Most of the probes aren't actually attacking right now. This one zealot's probably going to get the last Marine. We got one Marine here. He needs to get that in the bunker pretty quick, but it actually gets picked off by the probes. So pretty good control out of Noob, but things are just a little bit too lopsided here in this fight. SCVs are definitely better than probes when it comes to straight up fights. And all the probes have been picked off. The Zealot is surrounded. This Zealot's going to be forced back. The probe count says, it says everything. You know, it speaks for itself. Wow. So many Marines didn't come to the front line because this one probe was blocking. I didn't even notice that. I think Barracks didn't either, but that's a really sweet move, just putting that right there, because he should have like 2 more at the front line right now to block, but he just doesn't. He's trying to make a wall here so the Zealots can't run by. Pretty funny putting a bunker and a supply depot here, but that doesn't really work. Now the Zealots are going to be on the other side, and they're going to try and block these Marines from slipping by, but they're chasing this Marine too far to one side, and now these Marines are going to get in here. Oh, maybe not. Okay, this Marine will get in here. It's going to slip past and jump inside that bunker, and the Nexus will be killed. So these Zealots, yeah, they're great. They're on the other side. They can go across the map even, try to deal some damage, but this Nexus is gone. This Nexus is dead. Marines are going to be sent back. We have the factory finished, so we're going to have Vulture soon. He's actually built a machine shop, so he wants to go right into mines immediately just to make things extra painful for Noob here. He's gonna get a Vulture out. You send the Vulture across, start kiting these, and then come down here and start putting mines, and that's just like the killing blow kind of. We got 2 bunkers here, no Marine range, or no Dragon range, so he's just gonna try and focus us down. 5 Zealots actually kills a bunker pretty fast, and he gets almost all of the Marines too. 3 Marines did manage to get in here, but they will be cleaned up, so not bad. So 2 bunkers, and he's going to kill the supply depot as well. Zealots are going to head across the map. I don't like that. He should be sending the Dragoons. Let the Zealots kill this, because Zealots can just get cleaned up very nice and easily by these Vultures out on the map. And there's the mine upgrade. Just about to finish up here. First Vulture's going to slip around the outside. And oh my god, is he going to get in the main again? No. No. Is he gonna get in the main? Oh, Noob, please. Please, man. Don't say it ain't so. 4 Marines in the bunker. We are gonna have that upgrade here coming through very soon. We've got some mines being thrown down. Okay, they are going behind this army. So maybe as the Dragoons or Zealots try to retreat here, he might draw them into these mines. Let's see if he manages to get a mine hit on these Dragoons. Could be huge. It's like one, maybe there was a Vulture here on the left-hand side, got picked off. So that's a big win. That is a big win. Looks like 1 mine does connect. Oh, that's going to connect as well. That's rough. Yeah, the Vulture kind of drew the fire there from the Dragoon and killed that off. And the mine killed that. So that's pretty good for Noob. Oh, he loses another Dragoon here to a mine, trying to clear that. Didn't really need to clear that, so I'm not sure why he was trying to do that. He can just walk across this bridge. That was kind of a waste of time and energy there. And also that Dragoon. Even if he didn't lose the Dragoon, still kind of a waste, but looks like we're gonna have DT follow-up. DT follow-up. Noob is getting so dirty in this game now. He's already gone for the forward gateway. He went for the Nexus immediately afterwards. Oh my god, the mines. Holy crap, that mine hit was huge. All the Zealots just evaporated there, and this time Barrick's taking no chances. He's making sure that he's got tons of SCVs on this, and he's got siege mode done as well, and a turret. Oh, that's it. GG. This game is over. Barrick's so smart, man. He is just so intelligent. The way that he's playing this out, this is 1,000 IQ, man. This guy is so damn smart. He built this engineering grade before even the second factory. Realizing how good of a position he was in, he was like, well, I mean, how do you ever get back in this game? Maybe DT, I guess. Couple of turrets coming up here, and I mean, he doesn't have any turrets in the main, but Noob comes forward with the Zealot, sees the turret. He's like, all right, I guess I lose. GG's out. Barracks, just such a beast, man. I'm gonna be looking into more of this guy's play. He's got a lot of games against some Zerg players, too, some professional Zerg players, and some very strong Terran players as well. And his win rate, his winning record here recently has been crazy, guys. Just crazy. I've never seen anyone 2900, and these all seem legit. I mean, it's not like, you know, he's playing long games every single game and getting into late game, but it's not like he's, you know, doing some sort of really cheesy play and getting a high rank, or neither is he like cheating or anything. I don't see any cheating from Barracks here, and he is just crushing. Oh, he's looking to be in such good form. Really looking forward to seeing him play in more ladder games and also in the ASL, guys. So make sure to subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next video.